How's it going? It's Dave from Voile, here to talk a little more about the Rottefella Xplore binding and the Alpina Alaska XP boot that goes with the binding. I started skiing the setup last winter, and I've gotten out once early season here just for a walk and ski. And I just wanted to talk to you about my experience with that and go through the setup. Things that stand out immediately with the Alpina Alaska XP boot: you can step right into the boot and ski. It's a very comfortable boot. It does provide a fair bit of support. You can ski this setup. You can telemark this setup. So let me talk a little bit about just the gear and the setup we have. So the combination that we have is we have our Endeavor BC and the Xplore binding and the boot, the Alaska XP boot. What's great is you can go out and walk and ski. You don't have to mess with your boots as far as unbuckling and buckling your boots. You don't have to, in most terrain and low angle terrain, you don't have to take your skins on and off. So it's incredibly efficient setup if you just want to travel over snow for fitness, but still want to have the opportunity to make a turn. I was able to parallel on this setup. I was able to telemark turn on this setup. It's got a lot of versatility. So let's talk a little bit about what the Xplore system is for those of you that are not familiar with it. So let's look at the boot. It's got two sort of rounded pins that depress into the boot when you step into the binding. The pins pop out into the binding toe, and that's what secures the boot to the binding. One very important part of the setup is going to be the toe bumper. What I have in this particular setup is I've got the stiffest bumper. I would say that is a must-have if you want to make a telemark turn. It'll provide the resistance you need for a stable turn. These bindings come with a standard bumper, but you can add this stiff bumper, and it has a little button you press on the side to pop the bumper out to change it. So to close, the Alpina Alaska XP boot is a great, comfortable boot right out of the box. If you're looking for a setup that you can travel efficiently and still have the ability to do some turns, it is a perfect setup. It's extremely light, and with the stiff bumper in the Xplore binding, you can make a telemark turn. So the Endeavor BC, Rottefella Xplore binding, and the Alpina Alaska XP. It's a great setup.